Good morning, pregame crew. I hope you are well. It's so awesome to be back. Thank you, thank you. I missed y'all. I could not sleep last night. I was so excited, like a kid waiting for Christmas this morning. I was ready, not kidding, to get out of bed at 11:30 p.m. last night. I just couldn't sleep. I was so excited. Good morning, Shake and Bake. Hey, B-Hawk, Andre, Berlin. Good morning, thank you. Hey, Hector. Hey, Rob. Scotty doesn't know. Hey, Nugget, Clifton, Keggers, Greg. Hey, Tom, Marvin, Carlos, my girl, Tamia. I enjoyed the heck out of my birthday week. Hey, Tess, Sam, Cliff, Casey, Andre, Greg, Dan, thank you. Night Truck. Hey, Trey, Jim, Starks, Gino, Dave, Cat. I went to Cabo last week and I stayed at the most amazing resort I've ever stayed at. It was unbelievable. LeBlanc Resort in Cabo. It was beautiful. I'm scared. I really don't want to tell people about it because I want to be able to go back and get reservations easily. But man, I have to spread the word. Great service. Hey, Amir, I'm good. Hey, Donald. Good morning, Card Lady. All right, this show officially gets started in 8 minutes. I jump on early just to say hello to my friends and take a few chart requests. And especially this morning, more than other mornings, I need to warm up my TA muscles and get my brain talking to my mouth so they match up. And Trey, yeah, I know. That's why Dan's my favorite. No, it was a bigger birthday than that. It was my 50th birthday. It was big. And I didn't dread it anymore because life is too short. It's a privilege denied to many. I am in an ES short here off of this trend line break with a stop over 438675. I'm in around 4382, so just a few dollars over where we are right now. And I have my stop in place. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm just looking for a flip. All right, let's go back to the top. Let's see if y'all have any chart requests. Yeah, hit the like button. XBEV, sure. China had a good night. Asia had a good night, I should say. It should be up, and it is. Daily, 50 MAs right there. 1768 is your resistance. The bulls want to see that taken out pretty early on. 4-hour RSI is overbought. And a weekly downtrend. This is typically where bears are looking to top fish. But I really want to go over context with y'all today because we have to remember these red notifications drive me crazy. We have to remember the context of the market, and we bookend the market setup with what the context is. So rising wedges are not going to be as reliable because they're going to break bull more than bearish. And when you're in a strong bull uptrend, megaphones, if you're used to shorting the higher high on a megaphone setup, it may not work because we're in a bullish market. So the context of the market is really important. So yes, we're in a weekly downtrend, 4-hour overbought, typical area where you look to top fish. But in this case, you make the bears prove it a little more. This isn't a prove it. And this gap up may be the gap up for shorting. We'll see. If you're in long, I'd stay in long as the 15 or hourly EMAs are below you. Okay. I missed y'all. Bitcoin, yep, I do Bitcoin every day. Bitcoin a little messy up here. We have a daily inside bar. We're stuck inside yesterday's range at the moment, holding daily EMAs, 4-hour EMAs, an hourly 50 MA. We're looking for an hourly higher low compared to 34753. And your resistance is 35294. So your key resistances are this high and this low. And then until then, we're just going to chop around. It'll be meaningful if we break this low of 34,100, and it'll be meaningful if we break the resistance of 36,000. Thanks, Gary. Well, happy birthday, Eric. You're sweet. Success. You're very, very sweet. Okay. I'm looking for the next chart request. PLTR. PLTR is beautiful. And it's interesting. I was monitoring my feelings last week with FOMC. I missed that. The huge bull run. You know, it's very natural to have some FOMO, but I really just checked in with myself and I didn't have FOMO. There is some reassurance when you know that the market will continue to provide opportunity day in, day out. Not every day. It may not be every day, but you've been in the market long enough to know that wasn't your chance to, you know, get your home run. You could have gotten a home run, but there's plenty other chances coming up. So it's always good to check in with yourself and say, okay, am I feeling FOMO? And I just a little bit because I want to be with y'all, but not because I needed to trade. We have a weekly higher high. Bulls are eyeing 2024 for potential monthly uptrend. 4-hour overbought. Hourly is holding EMAs just fine. No big deal right now. Okay. We got a few more minutes before we start officially. MSOS looks good. Daily, we're still looking for a daily lower high. Bulls have a lot to prove. You want to see them get this bounce, make it steep enough that when you pull back, you have enough room for a higher low. And right now, the volume is telling me that the bulls aren't super serious about this move right now. So we'll see. They're struggling right now with Friday's high. If you're in long, I'd stay in long as these EMAs are below you on the hourly chart. Ain't it, Trey? Okay, XDKNG. Lots of requests this morning. 34.49 double top with 34.21. That makes it a little bit easier to trade this thing. You're battling with monthly resistance here. Double top for now. Bulls want to confirm that daily bull flag. It's going to be tough to break that resistance here. If you were to break it and your daily RSI is overbought when you break it, those tend to not get as much follow through because they're so extended on the break. 1 second. Okay. Just making sure I didn't have a message over in TCG. Okay. XRP. I would keep DKNG on back burner mode, meaning first 5 and 15-minute oversold conditions during regular trading hours could continue to present great opportunity in that name. XRP, parabolic. Monthly lower high is the more likely scenario. I know this thing has had a lot of news catalyst. Weekly not overbought yet. But that monthly lower high would be weighing on me. And if I was in long, I'd stay in long as these hourly EMAs are below you. And I would keep trading back burner trades on this as long as it's working. We haven't gotten a 15-minute oversold since last Thursday. It's been beast mode. Okay, it's 6:30. I need to get this show on the road. And I've been talking to y'all about doing a potential chart request show because I see even today we have more chart requests than usual. So I'm going to figure out when I can pencil that in and give y'all extra time so I can answer whatever you want. Let me take a sip of water and then we'll get started. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Charcoal Luri. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter, that would be lovely. Pictures of my trip. This was the cabana last Wednesday watching the FOMC. We had football replay on TV, but that's okay. And this was birthday night. Actually, that wasn't birthday night. That was whatever night it was. So we had a fun trip. So what I do here every morning is I show you pictures. No, I'm kidding. I show you the economic calendar for the day. We go over my handy dandy table, market environment dossier. This is just where I try to more objectively assign a numeric value to what the market is presenting and all the different variables that I look at. And obviously we're over 100. So that means back burner day. When we're over 100 on the bear side, we go to reverse back burner mode. But right now it is a big, big back burner day. I have notes that are usually off screen, but I forgot to move them off screen. I copy and paste those for TCG members when I am done. Let's look at the Hang Seng. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. It was fun. All right, Hang Seng is up 1.71% overnight, and DAX is slightly red. And you always have to ask yourself, is Hang Seng green because we were so green Friday, and this is just a domino effect for Hang Seng? And then DAX, is it just kind of signaling for us that we could be getting some incoming consolidation? Don't know the answer to that. Bears will have to answer that today, are they ready for consolidation or not? Deference, we have to just defer to the bulls until the bears prove something. So looking bullish primarily. That short this morning was a scalp. I'm out. Okay. So looking at ES. Yesterday's, let's see. Friday's high was at 439175. We didn't clear that overnight, so we still have a double top with Friday's high. And y'all look at the 50 MA. Bulls are not going anywhere without getting over this daily 50 MA. And I know that that's an obvious statement. Just want to make sure I say it as clearly as possible. This is a major, major resistance. Let's look at NASDAQ. Do y'all remember over here, we continue to talk about how important it was to hold the daily 200 MA. Well, we've cleared the 50 MA, but it is my contention that NASDAQ is not going to get a ton of follow through clearing this 50 MA unless ES does it too. But always look back at your moving averages, your indicators, and say, okay, are they helping me? Or are they not helping me? I think NASDAQ was a big help last week, showing us, hey, we're getting back over the daily 200 MA. Signal, bulls are kicking in. And it looks like the market just had a big sigh of relief too after Apple earnings didn't bomb the market. Okay, so back to ES. Daily 50 MA is overhead. 4-hour potential bull flag probably looks better on the 6-hour. Bulls are large and in charge as long as hourly EMAs are supporting price. Bulls are in charge. Simple statement. It doesn't. We don't have to make it more complicated than that. NASDAQ. Potential 6-hour bull flag. 6-hour bull flag. Hourly EMAs are holding just fine. No harm, no foul. US 10-year is pretty bullish this morning, getting a little bounce, which typically is a headwind for the market. The market's shaking it off Taylor Swift style this morning. RTY. We have not cleared Friday's high. Daily 50 MA is overhead at 1788 and your resistance at 1792. So for me, this name has not gotten a daily higher high. I'm not counting this pivot here. It was not a big enough pivot. So we have not gotten a daily high. We are still in a daily downtrend, and 4-hour is overbought in a daily downtrend. If you're looking to shorts and futures, RTY would be a good pick today. But again, just don't front run it. Have your thesis and make sure you get your trigger. And my trigger on ES was this 15-minute trend line. The loss of it and the inability to break Friday's high. So, but I'm out of that now. YM. Thanks. Oh, Stephen in Puerto Rico. Love Puerto Rico. All right. I look younger than 50. Well, I bet I could look a lot younger if I knew how to do, what do you call that? Filters. I'm too much of a boomer to know how to do that. Okay. Dow, we're looking for a potential weekly lower high compared to 34,305. Pretty clear resistance up here. And 4-hour is overbought. Bears go nowhere until they lose the hourly EMAs and force bulls to start capitulating a bit. And right now, nothing. Nadia. 0. And my husband says, Nadia Comanche, nada. Okay, VIX. There's no fear here. I am constantly just mesmerized by how these VIX trend lines on the 4-hour charts work. They work so well. You just shorted the break of that. $4 to the downside. It's insanity. So I may start focusing a little more on VIX because I'm just seeing this over and over and over. That line didn't stick, but you saw what I was trying to do. Okay, magnet, you can just go get out of my way. That failure is just having a ton of trend line failures on VIX right now. Market bears are going nowhere with no fear. If we're not scared of the market, and it will be likely a geopolitical headline that could spike VIX, we'll be watching it. Bitcoin just went green. We're stuck in this daily range, 36,000 resistance, 34,100 support. I'm definitely a Gen X, but I know that younger adults call anybody over 40 years old a boomer. So I do know what they do that. So I've already said, forget it. I don't even care. Okay. So daily is going sideways on Bitcoin. These two key levels are in play. And right now, hourly EMAs are offering support. Bulls are A-okay as long as that's the case. Ethereum a little stronger than Bitcoin overnight. So when was Bitcoin's high hit? On Thursday. And Ethereum is well over its Thursday's high. So Ethereum, if I were trading crypto, I would say I would keep Ethereum on 15-minute back burner watch. Market's bouncing a little more here. We have very little data coming out today. These are all one-star events. One-star events. So nothing big today. No 3-star events tomorrow. And we have Fed Chair Powell speaks on Wednesday. So that'll be the next 3-star event. Jobless claims on Thursday and Friday, no biggie. So jobless claims on Thursday, Powell speaking on Wednesday. Those are the big events coming up. All right, let's look at the dollar. The dollar's trying to bounce. 105.079. We have a double top right now on the hourly chart with that level. 4 hours attempting a little tweezer bottom of support right here, which just means a double bottom with long lower wick of bulls buying the dip. I wouldn't call it long, but a lower wick. Hourly EMAs, as long as they remain overhead, bears are in charge. Gold. All right, so gold is holding the daily 200 MA. And I know that this is a tiny, tiny one, but this is what I'm looking at on gold. We need to be cognizant. It could have a daily head and shoulders, or we zoom out one time frame and it's potential weekly bull flag. So I hope y'all have learned to do that on head and shoulders. I don't always trust the head and shoulders. I trust them a lot less when we have bull flag formation on the higher time frame, which is what we have on gold. Weekly higher low, the more likely scenario. So if you're a gold bull, you're not happy with today's action, your support's at 1978, but at least we're holding the daily 200 MA. Oil is looking for a 4-hour, I've been watching this trend line on oil. We're looking for a 4-hour lower high compared to 83.60. So for me, oil is a short today if you're looking for a top fish against 83.60. Good morning, KK. All right. Nat gas, it's melting. Looking for a potential daily, well, that's a lower low. We're barely clinging on to last week's low. We're inside bar for now, but 3318 is your next support. You'll look for a weekly higher low compared to 3124. I don't have a setup on nat gas. Apple. Bouncing from the weekly 50 MA. We're stuck here at the daily 50 MA. You see that? We couldn't get over it. In my notes, I say that here, I think Apple bulls have their work cut out for them, attempting to get over that earnings reaction high. I think that's a tall order. Odds favor a 4-hour higher low before you can go attempt a higher high. And let me just put this on the chart. 17659, that is the daily 50 MA. I like having that on my chart so I know what I'm up against, literally what I'm up against. So Apple, we're right here. Y'all see where we are rejecting from? This will be a key chart for the market today. Key. Amazon. So Amazon, my megaphone comment about nuances and context and using context to bookend your thesis and your edges, this is exactly what triggered that comment. If we look here, we got a higher high without a ton of follow through, lower low without a ton of follow through, we got another higher high. Is this your classic megaphone? I don't think so. We're in a bull market. Everything is turned bullish. So we have to say, I'm not going to try to short this potential megaphone. I'm going to stay with price action. And price action says bulls are in charge as long as these hourly EMAs are supporting price. Period. In discussion. NVIDIA. Good morning, Paula. And I won't tease this every day, but just a reminder that we have our Black Friday sale this month. It is what it sounds like. It's our annual Black Friday sale where we discount our annual memberships pretty heavily, and we give away an indicator as part of the deal. And this year we're giving away historical RSI. And I had a thought this morning on ES. Y'all just bear with me here. Do y'all see Trade Keeper? This is an indicator that I developed with our programmers. We gave this away with last year's Black Friday deal. You can still purchase this individually if you want it. The Trade Keeper just has dots that are printing below price saying it's a long, or above price saying it's a short. And as long as the dots are below price and printing below, you stay long. Do you see how it hasn't given a false signal? All week last week, it did not print one sell signal last week, not one. How do I use the Trade Keeper? Just what the name implies. I toggle this off, and then I wait for my edge to present. Let's say I have my edge is I buy the hourly higher low attempt here. I toggle it on once I'm in, and my goal is to stay in as long as this signal is printing long. And my joke this morning is I was thinking, I wish I would have had a relationship keeper that gives me a warning dot when someone's behavior is outside the norm. And that's exactly what these dots are. It's like having your own psychiatrist with you saying, this chart's not crazy yet. This chart's not crazy yet. And then it goes ding, 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 ding. This chart's crazy. You may want to get out. It's acting crazy, acting differently. Look at these bear prints here. And it printed a green dot saying, whoa, 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 bears, watch out. Wouldn't that be cool if you just had your own therapist just walking around with you in a relationship, and when they see a red flag, they're like, warning, warning, you may need to get out of this relationship. That's what Trade Keeper does. It tells you your chart's not acting crazy yet. Trader tax status. I had to do all the work on my own. And there's green trader tax is where I got the most information. I'll copy this. And I actually forwarded this to my CPA, and I helped him figure it out because he had never figured it out. And I got my IRS designation as trader tax status. So this is a great resource, greentradertax.com. All right. So Trade Keeper tells you when your chart starts acting a fool. Apple, we went over. Amazon, we went over. That's bullish. NVIDIA is bullish. Okay, we're coming back into Friday's high. How we behave around Friday's high will be important. You can create an alert. They were overhead the whole time, MG. You can create alerts on Trade Keeper. You can. It was funny. I was sitting with my husband having coffee, watching the sunrise here last week in Mexico, right here. And I drew this trend line. I'm like, if it breaks over 40879, it is game on with this squeeze. And man, did it go. And I still have a partial position. Y'all know this is what I asked for my birthday, was this monthly bull flag to not be negated with this daily head and shoulders flush 400 and bounce. And if that didn't work out as perfectly as it could have, I asked for it and I got it. Beautiful, just beautiful. Yeah, you can flip it upside down. I forget how to do it. I don't do it a lot anymore because I've learned what I'm looking for with it. But I think it's if you put minus, let's see. I'm not sure. Nope, that ain't it. I don't remember how. Okay, Tesla was weak last week. We're up against Friday's high, 22637. Tesla was weaker than most. I think Tesla would be the high beta name for, if you're looking for a short this morning, I would be looking at Tesla. AMD. Alt I. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Night Truck. Thank you, Natasha. All right, AMD is a back burner watch. Chewy is a back burner watch. Net is a back burner watch. And we have lots of back burners, but these three had really outsized moves. AMD on earnings, Chewy, and Net. Those three, I'd be looking for back burners during regular trading hours for 5 and 15 minute first oversold for potential longs. ARK. ARK has a clear daily resistance right here. That daily 200 MA is at 40.75. That's right where we rejected. We have 40.81 right here, resistance, clear. So I think ARK could be a decent top fish, but I need to see the bears do something on a smaller time frame before I would jump into that counter trend trade. XLE and XLF are top fish setups. So I like AMD, Chewy, and Net to the long side. Let me do this. Long, back burner, and ARK I like as a top fish, XLE and XLF. Maybe that'll help. XLE, we have a clear resistance right here. We broke Thursday's high by 4 cents. That is not a bull break. We're looking for a daily lower high. Oil needs to weaken to support this trade idea. And XLF, oh, I didn't post it. It won't let me post it. I was trying to post that trader tag status for you, but it's just too long. So I'm just going to shorten it and just give you the website. Thanks, JD. Thank you. All right, so XLF, we're up against weekly resistance right here, 33.94. We double topped exactly to the penny there Friday. As long as that holds overhead, I think this is a great top fish. And I have it pulled up over here. XLE and XLF, I'm watching these very, very closely. All right, my throat hurts. I'm not used to talking this long. My husband would say, otherwise I talked his ears off last week. Well, there are 335 of you that came today, even though I was gone most of the week and only had coverage for 2 days of it by the GOAT himself. I appreciate you being here. There's only 122 likes. If you could hit that like button and hit that follow button. Get me to 5,000 this week, please, at Chargal Lori. Let me see. SE for Fat N, because he's Fat N and he gets what he wants. SE. And then I'll probably wrap it up because my throat does hurt. Your next resistance, 46.61. Hourly is overbought. If you're in long, stay in long. As long as these EMAs are below you, just stay in long. You can make it simple. And TLT, that trade idea worked out perfectly. TLT is at the daily 50 MA, however. And then our BABA trade idea, that worked out perfectly with that 77 monthly bottom fish. Just beautiful. Hope y'all got a piece of it. I appreciate you being here. Hit the like button, and TCGers, I'll have these notes over to you in just a second. Use stop losses.